Visualization. Envision moments you're thankful for to amplify the emotional impact. This is what we talked about before. I want you to think about a time when somebody did something for you or you got something that you really wanted, and just remember that feeling and try to bring it into a situation you're going through right now. The magic rock practice from the magic. Hold a small object each night and think of the best thing that happened during that day. What happens is this is that the reason that you hold on to that object is because it takes your focus away from ruminating on all the negative things. It takes your focus away from your running mind, and you're able to just focus on what it is that you're holding in your hand. And then when you take your focus away from all the negative stuff and you have it in there, now you can inject or interject or put into your own mind the thoughts that you want to, and that's gratitude, something that you're thankful for to happen that day. Next, you can reframe challenges. Gratitude for growth. Focus on lessons and resilience gained from difficult experiences. Focus on something that you learned. Focus on something that how you grew or how you benefited from something that felt like a shitty situation. One of the things that really helps me is I just think about, I don't think about this actively, but when I think about past relationships, when I think about past heartache, when I think about the times I was hurt, I try my best to find gratitude in those situations. At least I found out what I don't like. At least I found out what I won't accept. At least I found out what I'm really worth. At least I found out this. And I start to find out the good things. At least I didn't accept that. At least I didn't continue to chase that. At least I didn't, things like that. Reframe those challenges. Reframe those times when when you're going through things and you feel like there's nothing that you can find out of it. Reframe them and be like, okay, like, look, what can I learn from this? What did I do wrong that I can fix? And then the thing about it is this is the reason that it cultivates gratitude, and the reason that it cultivates opportunity thinking and opportunity mindset and abundance mindset is because you are still here to have the opportunity to fix that. You're still here to have the opportunity to do it better and do it over and do it again the next time. Instead of resenting a tough project, be grateful for the skills it helped develop. Instead of resenting the fact that they had you do something that you didn't know exactly how to do, instead of resenting the fact that they threw you to the wolves and didn't train you right, but you made it through and you figured out how to do it, be grateful for the fact that you developed the skills to do it. Be grateful for the fact that you now can do that task. You now can handle that on your own without anybody telling you how to do it. Be grateful for that. And then gratitude and communication. Go beyond thank you with specific heartfelt acknowledgments in personal and professional settings. Go beyond just saying thank you. Go beyond just saying, like, hey, I appreciate that. Go beyond that and say, you know what? I noticed that you do this. I noticed that you go above and beyond in this area, and I really appreciate that. I notice it. I see it. I value it. Highlight those things. Highlight those things. Feel it. So now let's talk about the ripple effect of gratitude. So the ripple effect of starting a gratitude practice, the ripple effect of gratitude is something we talked about before, something that came in the science of it, with people who kept a gratitude journal, with people who did things like write the gratitude letter and deliver the gratitude letter. It enhances emotional well-being. It reduces anxiety. It builds emotional resilience. Not to do this for a selfish reason. I'm not saying to express gratitude to people. I'm not saying to feel thankful for the things that you have in your life, just so you can feel better about what's going on in here. But you can do it knowing that that is going to happen for you. It is going to bring better feelings. It is going to bring a better state of mind to you. It has professional benefits. It fosters collaboration. It fosters trust, and it makes for a positive work environment. It breaks that ice. A lot of times what happens is like bosses, higher ups, people in management, They know how to do this shit. They know how to work a room. They know how to do that us against them mentality. They know how to put people in competition with each other. They know how to make things difficult. And what happens is that when you have a whole culture that it affects and creates a negative workspace. Simply expressing gratitude, simply feeling gratitude, simply just saying and going beyond it and saying, "Hey man, I noticed that you're really on top of this and I appreciate that." I noticed that, whenever you do this that you do, or these reports that you do, or whenever you do this activity, it it's always the best. It's always great. It's always amazing work, top quality, and it makes everything that I have to do around it or behind it just that much easier. Or it makes it easier knowing that when I begin, whatever I begin, and you're going to come back and finish up the next half or part of it or whatever the case, it just makes it that much easier for me knowing that, the person who's going to come behind me is going to do that much better of a job. And it helps to alleviate a lot of the pressure. It helps to alleviate the pressure, especially when you're working in a place that has a negative culture. Because a lot of companies, unfortunately, they got negative cultures nowadays. So now let's talk about the practice in the magic that actually changed my outlook. Let's talk about the specific practice in the magic that changed my outlook on gratitude. Because one of the things that I was going through when I was coming to that gratitude is I was able to find those 10 things every day, in the morning. I was able to, grab the object or I had a little rock or whatever I brought in from the yard. I had it on top of my locker or whatever. So I grab it, I TV on and stuff. I'm up on my top bunk and I just got the little rock in my lap, while the CO walking by doing count. And I'm just thinking about, what's the best thing that happened today? One of the things that happens is like, it helped to change my mental state. It helped to change my outlook on my day-to-day life. But the practice that gave me hope, the practice that really changed my life was the one where she had you list everything that you wanted to get out of life. She had you list everything that you wanted to do. She really had you list your goals, everything that you wanted to achieve, everything that you wanted to complete, right? And I had already done this like 3 or 4 different times. I did it, with 7 Habits. I thought about, I think it was my 100th birthday with 7 Habits, or it was my funeral, one of those. And I did it again with Tony Robbins, and it was the other one. Like it was either, you know, it was the other one. It was either a funeral or it was, my 100th birthday. And with this one, it was not even necessarily the same stuff. It was just like, just picture yourself there. Like, what does that person look like? What does that person sound like? What does that person wear? Where's that person living? What do they have? What things have they done? And then start feeling gratitude for those things like they're already there. And it helped me immediately. I started working toward those things. It helped me to immediately start, like focusing on, like, I even immediately started making outlines and stuff for the stuff that I was going to talk about when I got out. Mind you, I was still like over a year from the house when I did this, and I started immediately. Like, yeah, as soon as I get a camera, man, as soon as I get something to record into, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna break this down and I'm gonna explain this and I'm gonna bring this to people. And I started talking to people about it, to people in there, to the point where they was like, man, this dude needs to stop. Like, for real, like, man, how many times you gonna come and you gonna tell me that this can happen or that can happen? How many times are you going to come and tell me that I can feel how I want to feel and I can choose not to react and I can choose to be proactive? How many times are you going to tell me I need to read this book? How many times are you going to tell me these things? And it was to the point where I was just like, I know that this is going to happen for me. I know that I'm going to put myself in a position to do these things just because of the gratitude that I felt from that practice. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to write down everything that you want to achieve. I want you to write down everywhere that you want to go with your life. I want you to write down everything that you want to have. I want you to write down and be specific as possible. And everything you write down, like let's say it's just something as simple as like I want to have a Chevy Silverado 4-door black on black with the windows so black it looks like you looking into the depths of hell in that motherfucker. I want to have some big ass rims on it. I want to have speakers in it so loud that I can't even turn them up with the windows up because it'll shatter the motherfuckers. Like this is what I want. You think about it and it's like you feel grateful for it like it's already there. I think about the fact that I wanted to create all of these things. I didn't think about, like what it was going to look like. I didn't think about where I was going to be. I didn't think about anything other than the fact like I want to be sitting here, with lighting on me, in front of a mic, talking in front of a camera, trying to help people. And I felt that gratitude. I wanted to think about how I changed the way that people were able to think about it. I thought about that. I was like, people came up to me and said, "Hey, man, you helped me work through some trauma. Hey, man, you really helped me get through this tough time in my life." Or, "Hey, man, you really helped me reframe what I had going on. Like, I really thought that I was in a bad situation. And with the way that you helped me to look at my situation, I was in a good situation. I was in a lot better situation than I thought. And I was able to use that new positive mentality to use it as a springboard to get even more." And I just thought about that stuff. And I thought about people talking to me and telling me these things. And I thought about people coming up, dapping me up, shaking my hand and stuff. And I just felt that feeling. I felt that gratitude. And I just cultivated that feeling about everywhere I wanted to go, everywhere I wanted to visit, the people I wanted in my life. I got very specific about the type of woman I want in my life, extremely specific. And I just started feeling gratitude for that. And that actually helped me to filter out and recognize red flags. It got to the point where I don't settle for anything less than I really want. And that's something that I suggest that a lot of people do is like you really get super specific with the type of person that you want. Super specific. And you cultivate gratitude for that. And it will help your outlook for the future, because a lot of these different daily gratitude practices is going to help your outlook for that day. It's going to help you walk around in optimism. It's going to help you be like, you know what, there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity here for me to do good. There's an opportunity for me to feel good. There's an opportunity here for me to, you're going to have optimism about your day. You're going to have good energy about your day. You're going to be able to walk around with a smile. You're going to affect people around you in a positive way, and in turn you're going to get that back to you, and it's going to affect you in a positive way. But what happens is when you start applying it to forward thinking, it becomes a different animal. It becomes a different beast. When you start applying that gratitude for the things that you're going after, the things that you don't even have yet, but the things that you're going to have, the things that you really, really want to have, when you apply that gratitude to that, it just becomes what Kobe say, different animal, same beast. He who has more will be given. Even when I legitimately did not have shit, I still told myself that I had something. And I was able to take that something and get more through it, get more from it. I had the desire to speak about the things that I wanted to speak about. So that way, that gave me more words to talk about. It gave me more ideas to talk about. It gave me more ways to put things and more ways to explain things. It gave me more confidence to sit up here and talk in front of a camera. It's something I never really had like that. Like I had to like work towards this to where I could, sit here and talk in front of a camera. I had to work towards sitting and talking in front of people on a microphone. I had to work towards that, but because I had the ideas and because I had the desire and because I had, the feeling of positivity for the people that I wanted to help, like I was able to get that through that, and then when I got out and I got the Obama phone, I didn't like I didn't tell myself like, "Oh man, I ain't got shit because I just got an Obama phone," or "I can't do this because this is all I got," or whatever the case. I said, "You know what? I have a camera. I have a camera. I can do this now. I have a camera. I was grateful for it. I was grateful for the opportunity. I had a camera. I had a place I could go down and record in, and it went off from there. If you go back on my channel, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, if you look at my very first video, that was done on an Obama phone. That was done on a phone that I don't even think the brand is a real brand. It was like a Sky or a fucking something. And I got it from the welfare department across the street from the MCRP program that I was at. They sent it to me, and like I think the first day I started talking into it. And because I felt that gratitude for that, I was able to finally get more. Because I felt that gratitude for that, I was able to get me a little laptop. And this is why I think I was able to actually get those things, because I felt the gratitude for that. I was able to find my way into getting that iPhone 15. Because I felt that gratitude for that, I was able to find my way into getting even the iPhone 16. The way I felt gratitude for that was the way that I found myself being able to, now I got, like the actual digital thing. I got my phone here with the monitor so I can see what I look like and whether I'm looking into the camera and stuff. I got the mic set up at the house. I got the lighting and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that I was able to get more. Because I know that I have, more was given to me. And that's what I want you guys to do. Think about what you want, think about where you want to go, and feel gratitude for it. Then also now, even if you ain't got shit, think about what you do got. You got a body, you got a voice, you got a mind, you got something. You got something. Feel it. Gratitude is a transformative tool in emotional intelligence. Deepens relationships. It aligns with abundance. Try one of those gratitude practices. Focus on gratitude to shift your frequency, shift your perspective. All right? So thank you very much for watching. This has been your boy Tree. It's been the free hour ABCs, the ABCs of Tree in the context of emotional intelligence. It's been a little bit longer video, but we're at the house. We're more comfortable, man. And plus, gratitude is very, very important subject. So we talked about what is gratitude. We talked about the science behind it. We talked about the prefrontal cortex, like we always do. We talked about the energy of gratitude. We talked about the magic. We talked about aligning with abundance. We talked about linking it to emotional intelligence. And then I talked about the exercise that changed my life. And that's it. Thank you very much once again for watching the free hour